Hey there, it's Coach Todd with the Santee Ravens, and this season I'm the offensive coordinator for our PeeWee team, and super excited to be coaching for Coach Zach, great head coach, super smart guy, and a good friend of mine. And I'm really excited to meet all of you. Now, several of you I've coached in the past or I've seen on another team, and I'm really excited that we are going to have this reunion soon. Practice starts in a couple of weeks, and you, like I am, I'm sure, are super excited for the season to get started. Hey, before August 1st, I thought it would be helpful if I give you a little bit of information just offensively so you know some key words that I'm going to be using from day one. And so instead of taking the time to explain it, we'll talk about it, but, I don't want it to be the first time that you hear about this on August 1st. I wanted to give you some information up front. So the first thing is how we number our offense, and the space between our offensive linemen, those are called holes. Now, if you're on defense, we would call those gaps. This little circle with the X in it, that's our center. That's the guy that snaps the ball to the quarterback. And going from the right side, the holes are numbered with even numbers. Going to the left side, the holes are numbered with odd numbers. So, starting with 0, the space between the center and the right guard is 0. The space between the right guard and the right tackle, that hole is called 2. The space between the right tackle and the tight end, if the tight end lines up on this side, that would be 4. Outside the tight end would be 6. And then anything, if we're like trying to get to the sideline or the hash mark, that would be 8. And then same thing on this side. Between the center and the left guard is 1. Between the left guard and the left tackle is 3. Left tackle and the tight end is 5. Outside the tight end is 7. And then anything towards the sideline would be 9. Now, the ball carriers in our offensive system, we will have 4 possible ball carriers. So, the quarterback, if here, we'll use a different color marker here. The quarterback underneath the center here, the quarterback is always number 1. Okay? The fullback is number 3. The halfback, or the tailback, depending on where he lines up, is number 2. And then the wingback is number 4. So when we call a play, we're going to call the formation first, and then, a series of motions and whatnot. But we're going to call the ball carrier numbers first, so 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then the hole that they're going to run through. So if we wanted to run our power play, we would call a 26. If we were going to run a sweep to the left, we would call a 29. If we were going to run something up the middle, we might call a 30. If we were going to do a quarterback sweep, we might call an 18. So just so you understand that that's how we number the holes and number the ball carriers. Even numbers to the right, odd numbers to the left. Quarterback is 1, halfback is 2, fullback is 3, wingback is 4. And of course, depending on how we line the formation up, these ball carriers could be on either side of the field. Now, if you're a tight end or a wide receiver, or even a ball carrier, we're going to throw the ball. And so instead of calling things like ins, outs, hitches, go long, whatever, we're going to call numbers the way that you would see them on a clock. So let's just imagine from the bottom of the clock, and by the way, moms and dads, you might have to give a little primer course to your kid on how to tell time on an actual clock. I mean, even I have my little Apple Watch, and it doesn't look like that. So 12, 1, 2, 3, all the way around. So let's just pretend here that if the line of scrimmage, we're at the bottom of the clock, from the bottom of the clock to the top of the clock is 8 yards. Okay? So in the middle of the clock here would be 4 yards. And then again, we're going to call these routes by their number on the clock. If I want you to run a 3 route, you will run up 4 yards and then towards a 3. If I want you to run a 10 route, you're going to run up 4 yards and then towards the 10. If I want you to go long and just go, then you're going to run 8 yards, and that's the quarterback will know when to throw the ball, but you're going to run a 12 route, and that will be 8+ yards. So when you show up on the first day of practice, just know this is how we number the holes on our offense. This is how we number the backs. And then our passing tree will be more of a passing clock. And then, later on in the season, the quarterback will be able to go up to the line of scrimmage, and then based on how the defense is lined up, call our receivers X, Y, and Z in the order of the passing route he wants them to run. He might call a 9-9-12, or he might call a 3-3-5, okay? But the quarterback will have the luxury of being able to do that. So that's our offense by the numbers. We can run this out of any formation, any kind of offense, as long as you know the holes where the ball's going to go, and the number of the ball carrier tells you who's going to get the ball, and then our passing clock, you're going to be good to go. So again, I'll see you on August 1st for the first day of practice. But hey, do yourself a favor, draw this out on some paper a couple of times so you know what we're going to be doing. All right? Excited for this season. It's going to be great. Coach Todd signing off.